It's not his hero. It's not a hero that he played.
Radiant team pick.
If anything, 4 position, and they're switching captains now actually. So I was gonna throw that out there. I was like, Gunnar was actually drafted. He did all the first phase bans, and up until the quad pick, he just switched over to Husky. I was like, they switched drafters all of a sudden.
Wait, you can do that mid-draft? Switch drafters?
Yeah, you can. You can
What?
switch it's like, for example, if your drafter drops and it goes into automatic pink or blue slot, and if pink or blue isn't there, then it goes to teal. But you can switch it as much and as frequently as you want. Because usually it's like you see like a lot of captains, like I know Fear, for example, on BA, and even Fly, like they don't sit on the pink or blue slot. Someone else does. And so when the drafting starts, they just swap it over. You can have an unlimited amount of swaps, though.
Are there players who are really tied to having certain colors?
Yes, there are, because it's like superstition, right? It's their comfort colors.
Do you say majority of players, or
yeah?
Oh wow,
I think a pretty big percentage. It's like, but when they join new teams, they're like, "Hey, that's my color." I was like, "Well, this is my color too." And now they have a little.
I feel like
conflict.
that's never been mentioned to the public as far as like I play, you know, I gotta play blue/pink. I'm a blue/pink or whatever it is, or I gotta be you know, fourth color. Is it like a certain color slot, or is it given the side they have to take that particular color?
It's a slot number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
All right.
I used to like brown because I mean, there's a point I forgot who it was. It was kind of funny. It's like I like brown or like the bottom color because I'm dog shit. It's the color.
I mean, that was an ongoing. I remember back in the day. It's like, who are you? Orange player over here. He's like, what are you talking about, man? You're the bottom.
Yeah, there are players that are like that.
It's
out there. I don't know how frequent it is these days, but that was just back in my playing days. Like people really cared a lot about that. But back to the drafting, though.
Back to the drafting here. We see that Nature's Prophet come out, Rubik, Ricky, and now Kunkka here as the final pickup for Thunder Predator.
So they're forcing this Quap to play position 3 because Kunkka is a hard counter to Queen of Pain. You don't want to play Quap into Kunkka at all. It's a very, very sad
10
matchup.
seconds remaining.
So that was a good pick. Matthew's playing the Ember, 5
5
Jakiro.
seconds remaining.
Or it can be Jakiro Emberlane too, and Nature's Prophet 5. So I think that might be open, but most likely I feel it's just Nature's Prophet core, Kunkka core, Ricky core. Yeah, so now Zoomers is in a situation where it's like,
Monkeys, are you playing this Queen of Pain? Is that what they're saying? Monkeys? Really?
Unless they have an option for maybe a Sammy Boy. No, I don't. I think Sammy Boy's playing the Ursa regardless, but Sammy Boy can go mid with the Ursa against Kunkka, which can work. And then Gunner plays a safe lane Quap, and last picking Monkey's hero.
Oh, okay.
And you see, remember I talked about the Broodmother? Like, you see the respect band. The 2 respect bands that they always get is the Bat Rider and the Broodmother, no matter what. I think every team is like a very high target band for him because it's his top played heroes and it's the cheesy heroes that he plays. And he can play into any matchup in any situation.
Yeah, I'm definitely familiar with the Bat Rider and Monkeys, but I guess I haven't seen as much of the Broodmother. Maybe that's because it's always banned. But yeah, definitely nice to have those kind of players on your team where it justifies that ban. It sucks for the player that they don't get to play that specialty, but that's a ban that you know, you get as an extra almost. You know, the team's now forced to ban that hero. Opens up more options for picking up something that's more in meta.
It's like that. I don't know if you know this guy named Luki.
Yeah,
he's a 1 hero player, Pango,
Yep.
and he has like 9.2k MMR or something, and he thinks he's like really good. But then when he plays any other hero, it goes back down to like 5k. When he plays competitive, it's just you just ban his Pango and you're good to go.
Yeah, hero spammers, get out of here with that.
On hero spammer. Sorry to call him out, but you know.
But hero,
so,
you know, plenty of people started as hero spammers, then became you know, legit competitive players for sure.
So Frank is the offlane NP, so they're doing like the standard lanes. The only thing I kind of mentioned is if Quap is going to go safe lane or not and put the Ursa mid, but Gunner just might suck it up and just play mid. I think, like I said, it's a heavily favored Kunkka matchup. Quap doesn't like it because it's like the moment he's level 6, someone TP's in, get X, you're dead, right? It's as simple as that. It's really sad. And for the laning as well, it's just Kunkka just out. I think Kunkka most of the time, almost always outlanes this Quap.
Yeah, it was a nice call. So we're going to be in store for that Quap matchup here.
5 seconds remaining.
He's got that sponsorship money available. He's gonna have the nice skin here to play with too.
How much is that Arcana from Co-op though?
It's like $3,000, I think.
See you later,
No,
nerds.
it's
Really?
no.
Oh,
It's like
I believe. Why did I say really? You got me for a second.
it's like I don't know, 300, 500. I don't know what between that one or the Wraith King. One of them is like 500. The other one's like 300. I don't
This
know.
is on the Dota
The battle
thing,
pass.
right? Battle Pass.
Yeah. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. Listen, I was a
Level
modest
4
man.
pick.
I got the simple little 50 level, and I'll stick with that.
Okay, I see it. I need $182.
82 levels or
I need like level almost 480 something, but I just
my
you can
God.
you click on the purchase amount and it tells you how many levels you need.
Oh, okay. Dang. I mean, it's nice. Not gonna lie.
Wraith King costs about 160.
Dang. Yeah, also very nice. Definitely some nice hats. But the Dota is what matters, and I'm ready to get into it here. Final 2-game series of the day, ladies and gentlemen. It was a doozy of a day, and we still got more Dota to come here. A battle for the upper bracket of the group stage here. There's Leo Styles, Kunkka leading out the charge for his mid lane. Away we go. Let's see.
Matthew starting off with boots. It is a co-op mid. He's gonna suck it up and just play this matchup.
Prepare for battle.
Surprisingly, what is Gunner's starting off with a ring of protection that doesn't do anything when Tidebringer splashes onto you. I'm kind of confused here, but able to say okay. I don't know. Unless I'm missing something here, like he's trying to right-click him and creeps are hitting him. But I think then again, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, we'll see. He might be going like hyper aggro, Queen of Pain, happy to field the extra damage from the creeps themselves. But that is a fair point, as the splash damage doesn't really care about the armor too much. He scouts out those early pesky Nature's Prophet
30 seconds
summons
to
here.
battle.
Surprised we're not seeing more Nature's Prophet in these past 2 days.
So I'm kind of happy to see him back and playing in the core position actually, because he hasn't been banned out too frequently either. I'm also, like I said, kind of surprised about it. Good versus this Ursa in the lane.
Yeah, definitely a great laner. Great being able to get the CS. Awesome global presence to show up and kind of make fights happen. And just can get a ridiculous amount of farm and scale into whatever type of build is really necessary, whether it's enhancing the split push or going for more damage.
These are the kind of games that's like, it's like the drafts feel even, right? So now it really comes to like play itself to really determine like who's gonna really win. I think it's like overall, I kind of favor Thunder Predator just a little bit, but overall I feel the drafts are very even, and this is when I really enjoy watching Dota here.
Yeah. Definitely hate to see the kind of drafts we've seen already today, where it's expected that the lane matchup is going to go bad, it goes that bad, and then maybe even worse, and then suddenly you're in an awkward spot where they're just scrambling around for 15 minutes, and you know the
crazy.
answer. Oh wow, yeah, they are hanging out in the jungle, chopping all the trees so that there are no juke spots to even work with. Getting frisky early here, trying to pressure MNZ and his Ricky back. Okay. And Quap early, toe-to-toe, each getting their own CS. It looks like for now, 5 CS secured for Gunner in the first one, and 5 for Kunkka. Each get their own deny, so nice head-to-head start. And early Blightstone for Frank as well in the Nature's Prophet. He's planning on doing some extra poking damage, which could be nice. Certainly Coddle is not a big fan of eating all that, and he went Blast first. Does get a good amount of damage onto Frank.
Yeah, it's good that he went Blast first just to help to kill the Treants.
Yeah, sometimes, Carl's trying to just get that cheeky little ranged creep with the blinding light, but it's not as much secure damage into finishing it off.
Gunner's doing pretty well mid so far, but, as the levels start adding up, it's going to be more and more Kunkka favored. Goal here is not to miss first blood, right, Dakota?
Yes, Jimmy. I've missed it plenty today. Probably more than I've seen it, if I'm being totally honest. But you know,
it's kind of
doing my
intense
best.
because both side lanes are pretty low right now. So
Yeah, I know. Like, scrambling between looking at the sides, I'm looking at the top, I'm looking at the health bars. Last game, it was mid lane that had the first blood, so now I don't even feel like mid lane's safe.
they're both pretty full right now, so it's good there.
But certainly kill potential there. There's the jump out. And the return fire from Monkeys Forever.
I owe you one.
As they fend off, they'll each get their own. Yeah, early salve out.
They're exchanging a lot of regen on this top lane, though. Like, you see Monkeys is out of regen. Rubik has one Tango left.
Just blasting down this bottom wave. Happy to take on the creeps. I always feel like, oh, when you're caught like blast through the wave, you risk pushing the wave. But Zoomers happy to kind of add this pressure on forward. But the, side pool's not blocked. It is warded.
Top lane again. Ricky's getting low. Very low.
Pull back. There it is. Oh, jump back. MNC with the salve. He's good. Damn you, MNC. I needed that first blood.
Oh, here it is again still. They're fighting.
Don't do this to me. MJZ floating back behind. What's Rubik trying to do? Trying to go for the courier? Uh-oh. Careful. Careful, Ocean.
He's dead, actually.
All right. Oh, immediate TP. No, there it is. MJZ gets the first blood. We see it. Now I can take my hands off the keyboard. Good luck, everybody. Woo!
Mid lane.
Okay, I'm there. Don't worry. Jump on over. Gunner in problem. And Matthew, that rotating 4-position Ember Spirit. And bottom lane 2. Barely catch the back end of that. Suddenly everybody just says, you know what? We'll get kills everywhere. And they also clean out the MJZ redemption arc in the top lane.
It's nice.
Radiant structures.
Good rotation by Matthew.
Radiant's courier.
Yeah. Kill.
Is that just kind of to mix things up and to... Did Leo Style need that kind of assistance? It's just on the back of the 4-minute bounty rune is...
You have been denied.
Matthew keeps it going, getting Sammy Boy.
It's classic. Matthew does this every single game. Around like 3:45, he'll always leave his lane and he'll secure the mid rune for the mid player or deny it from the enemy if his mid player doesn't need it, regardless of like any situation, unless he's like really low resources. But he'll always find that opportunity and make sure that he's available to do so. And sometimes kills present itself. These opportunities start presenting themselves, and every now and then it just happens.
Death's bounty. Never refuse.
Bounties come out. No contention will be there from the Zoomer side for the bottom lane, at least. Didn't quite
Gunner's
see for the
making
top.
a rotation here actually on towards top.
They're already starting to soften the lane up. Monkeys Forever trying to get some poking damage onto the Ricky, but they're already pulling away. There was a ward. I don't know if it saw him on the way.
Yeah, it saw him.
Well, they saw him, and they still are hanging around long enough that Gunner's going to be able to get in. Now, he's not level 6 yet. He doesn't have the Sonic Wave to go for that clean finish.
Yeah.
And now he has to TP back to the mid lane.
He lost so much out of it. He lost 2 creeps in mid and then using a TP, which is another like value of 2 creeps. It's really, actually really sad.
Kunkka shows back up to the lane, hits him with the torrent, hits him with the cleave, and now holds the boat. They look to fight over for a 6-minute rune, and it's not there. So there it is with the assistance coming in, but oh, he's gone. Blinks to the high ground, makes it away. The timing not quite there. The haste was actually bottom, and Husky's got it now. Old man runs himself back to the bottom lane with it.
Unfortunate there. Little misplay by Leo Style was a... If Quap actually died there, I think this Quap's game is completely over because he would have spawned and he would have had to run back to the lane. And that's just like really sad. CP was on cooldown.
Matthew chasing down Husky's Coddle does also snipe his courier. As Sammy Boy finds himself in a precarious situation, now going to be sprouted up. Husky moves in, blinds him back, and then they're going to be able to claw down Matthew.
He didn't use his chains, so. Or a stick.
And now with assistance from Ocean, and now Gunner rotating over, they're just all in on this bottom lane.
Dire's bottom tower
It's a
is
4-man
under attack.
rotation here.
They got a Sonic
Radiant's
Wave, and
middle tower
Gunnar
is
says,
under
never
attack.
mind, I'm going back mid.
So he uses TP again mid.
And now they go in conversion for bottom lane. They jump in for Frank behind the tower. Oh man, feels a little all over the place right now. Can't quite get a hold. Frank is just kind of sidestepping him a bit. Now he gets the ulti off. Is it going to bounce back onto Sammy? Yes, it is. That's a lot of damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He will be able to tumble his way out. While on the other side, a chase out for Gunnar. Gunnar
He's dead.
looks to get the Sonic Wave blast on the MJZ, but MJZ's got the wand, heals up, and they'll get the finish onto Gunnar. Thunder Predator just putting in the plays, and I know on some of them they're kind of mistiming it a bit, but the idea is there, and they kind of have these strategies and keep just unfolding them.
I kind of mentioned for like Gunnar, it's just this Quap versus Kunkka matchup. It's like really sad at a point in the game, and right now it's just there. It's just you can't push this Kunkka out of lane. He's always gonna shove this lane into your face, and Gunnar's also he kind of committed to this like Shadow Strike build. I think he should just want the Scream of Pain build to constantly shove the lane back into him.
They get the
lane
kill on
here.
Nature's Prophet. Sammy Boy able to rip down the Sprout and get the final hit, but now finds himself in potential trouble. Leo Styles rotated over. Does not have another X. Tries to go for the Torrent, but gets the cleave hit instead. And knocks
Arcane
down
Rune.
Sammy.
Arcane Rune cooldown on his Tidebringer is
Dire's middle
insane.
tower is under
Jeez
attack.
Louise. And he's happy with that. He turns out to the other side. Oh, he's going to go back for a bottle. Nice. Bottle trade-off with MJZ.
Super efficient.
And he'll have boat back up in 5 seconds. They can come right back down here, take a fight. Pressure the tower. Gunnar, who has no ult. Oh, they spotted Ocean trading spots with Gunnar. Gunnar steps in to slow them down.
Oh, Quap's dead again.
Radiant's middle
They got her with the
tower
X,
is
the
under attack.
pullback. And she's gone, just like that. Probably should not have intervened, and now they both will pay the price. Thunder Predator just taking over in this bottom lane.
Radiant structures
um,
are fortified.
Sam Boy has a little stack farming for himself here. This is a really nice control game. He's having the time of his life right now.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Cute deny there from
Radiant
Husky, though.
structures are
Even gives him the
fortified.
tip. Little blinding light bumps him back. Just take away that bit of money. Thunder
Radiant's
Predator finding
bottom
more money
tower is
instead on
under
the bottom
attack.
tier 1 as they control 2 of the 3 lanes right now. Things and options become a bit limited here for the Zoomers. And all the meanwhile, you know, Ricky continues to kind of farm his way, recover
Ricky's
the
dead.
top.
Is he dead?
Well, they're squaring up right now.
Radiant's bottom
Monkeys
tower
has
is under
has
attack.
duel, but doesn't want to hand over damage, so he's just going to have to run out the other side. Didn't quite get enough strikes there. Husky ran in and whoo, narrowly just fed over a kill.
I'm not sure that's
Radiant's
worth it.
bottom tower
I have
is under
to
attack.
do some math on that and watching the replay. Because it's like, is an outpost worth, like, you're a really high net worth hero right now as a 4 and dying for an outpost. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it's worth it.
The XP share, it's kind of hard to say, but they get a follow-up kill, and it just continues to hemorrhage further here for Zoomers, unfortunately. Now, really, dirt does not seem worth when all these events kind of transpire from that movement to the top lane. Husky moves in with the Will-O-Wisp, and that's when Thunder Predator just back off. Say, all right, well, we got what we already wanted,
Radiant's bottom tower has
and
fallen.
more. I mean, space for MJZ's Jakiro bottom. In all seriousness, Thunder Predator making big moves, and it's kind of putting Zoomers in a tough spot already. You're not going to be seeing this immediate momentum coming out from Gunner's Quap, and now the space isn't going to be there for Ursa to feel kind of safe. Oh, Halberd build for Frank and his Nature's Prophet.
Trying to see what they can really do to come back in this game from Zoomers, because their active hero is like very underwhelming right now. He's like the Quap, which is 3k net worth at like 11 minutes, bottom of the charts. Legion is rushing a pipe. He's actually getting a Hood actually first. I don't know what Hood really does this game. Rushing it.
Yeah, well, the
I guess-
Jakiro damage, I guess, but not too much magical burst. Ember, be a bit
Lose some
annoying.
5 Ember.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know, wants to survive and kind of be more durable if he's going to be the one to, I guess, eventually jump in and set up dual plays. But I don't think that's going to come easy. Thunder Predator kind of bringing in a bit of the buddy-buddy system here and not leaving any easy targets out and alone. And here we go. Potential jump on the Sammy Boy, just farming the nearby jungle camp, but his supports come to his aid.
They're gonna need a lot of time for this Kunkka to get his like 2-3 items from this Ursa. He's gonna need like a Battle Fury Basher, and he'll be ready to fight. They need to slow this game down, reduce their deaths.
Sammy Boy backs off from the one camp, goes to the next one. This time does not have supports nearby. Thunderbird just kept pursuit onto him and eventually just finished him off. That's 2 takedowns on your Ursa. He's certainly kind of going to be slowing down quite a bit. Quite fearful for 4Zoomers in this game now.
Zoomers is definitely going to be... They've actually already ran out of damage. The fact that Furion is building a... He already has a mech, and he's getting a halberd next, which I think is like really good to control this Ursa. And like I mentioned, the only damage they really have is going to be coming out of this Quap and Rubik. And Ursa just needs time.
Well, they might go back on the move. They do pop the mech. Will-O-Wisp committed. Husky says it's time. But there was kind of a half commitment there from the Zoomers. Thunder Predator just bounce. Fortunately, not much going to come of it. Monkeys now going to be X'd and pulled back. Gunner shows up, though, looking to turn the tide. Still holds that Sonic Wave here, but Leo Style's pretty big.
Oh, Quap's dead again.
Every time they X her, they just pull her right back into the combo, and she just can't survive. They get monkeys as well. Jimmy, I'm not going to lie. This could be over sooner than later right now. That's how this is going.
Thunder's playing really well.
Yeah, they are.
They're using the right heroes to rotate. Ricky, big kill actually by Sammy Boy though.
Oh yeah.
It was that's actually it's a pretty big deal. Well, the fact Husky kind of stole it, maybe not that much anymore. But if Ursa did, it's because, like I said, they're playing off Ursa. Ursa needs time, and if Ursa gets that time, like, he can carry this game. They have the right heroes to enable this Ursa enough. Like I said, like this, they have the Coddle Ursa combo. They have the Legion who will enable him, and he's building auras. He's gonna get this pipe, probably this blink, and into someone will get Vlad's as well. And this carry will be, like I mentioned before, a super carry, right?
Yeah, the Mega Raid boss.
The Thunder Predator side, they don't really have a hero that can. They don't have enablers, but they have killers, and they have all this pressure that they can do on this map and split push.
They're chasing. They're killing right now. They're looking to get a hold of the bear, but as Frank cuts him off, he's wondering if he's bitten off more than he can chew. Certainly not the case. MNZ diving into play now, and it looks like they may have to settle for supports instead. Sammy Boy able to limp himself away. Could the turnaround be there now from Zoomers? As Gunner steps in, the boat though flies out. Big damage from Leo Style will score him the double kill. And now they look to go for Monkeys next. He's silenced up, trying to run out, sprouted, and done. And you know, how those games go when your Legion commanders are unable to really get any sort of dual damage going. That seems to be the case right now.
I actually love the fact the synergy that Thunder Predator has, especially in, like, they're setting the Skunkka up for like success as well. Remember I talked about like the hero synergy? Like every one of their heroes will have a setup for Torrent, like including this Ricky later with the diffusal smoke screen combo will slow him enough for Torrent. This Furion and Ricky, he can always sprout, and then Ricky will jump in with the smoke screen and diffusal, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of synergy that they have in the draft, a lot of team chemistry. It's good composition.
Thunder Predator kind of fake back a bit, thinking that they're going to pull out from the bottom lane, leaving it safe, but then they come back in for another go and jump right onto Sammy Boy, hit him with the Ice Path and the Macro Pyre. Will-O-Wisp to try to turn things around or fend them off. They do tie up with the Ricky right under the ball, and they will bring him down. But here comes round number 2 from Leo Style, committing with the bow, scoring the double kill, slashing them all down with the big cleave. And they will secure the tier 2 tower. Thunder Predator. The cats are on the loose. I'm thinking the Thundercats, but Thunder Predator putting in work for sure. Leo style way above the rest right now with a 9.2k net worth advantage.
Yeah, Zoomers is the type of team that will play things through until the end because they will always see like a small window of opportunity. It's not like just because of the score, just because of the goal deficit, because of how much pressure that they feel in this game that they're gonna play this game through until the end. So I don't think it's gonna end as quick as we may think.
Fair enough. You know, a learning opportunity, and like you said, though, there's always those small windows of hope, and if they can kind of make the play happen, they'll try to go for it.
Sometimes you got to be realistic with yourself too, because it can also be extremely demoralizing, and it won't be better for the next.
And you don't want to have that energy going into game 2 when you're like, guys, why are we still playing this? It's 20 minutes now. We're down 40k. What's going on?
And looking at it more and more, actually having this double halberd and how far behind this Ursa is, it's I don't think our second carry this game. I changed my mind. Like Kuka already has a halberd. He's getting close to his like relic.
They almost have 2 halberds. It's ridiculous.
That's the problem. Getting Roche now.
They're going for Roche. I don't think there's too much contention there, though. If there are any opportunities for 4Zoomers to maybe catch Thunder Predator off guard a bit or something, I don't think this is going to be it.
I mean, it's one of those things where, like, when you're in a commanding lead, sometimes it's like, and the enemy team doesn't want to fight, you can make Roshan like as obvious as possible and force them to come and take like this random fight, and you can win a team fight from it too. That wasn't the case there, and now they're gonna continue snowballing with this 10k gold lead. I think it's their time to kind of like what they're doing right now: group up, shove the lanes in, group up, take control of an area, and take the tier 2, and depending on the situation, potentially high ground, as long as they force the glyph out. And glyph is down right now from Zoomers.
Here we go. Monkeys trying to get that first bit of dual damage here. Can't quite lock in the Ember Spirit. Has to back off. Sonic Wave follow-up. Not quite going to be there either. The Will-O-Wisp locking him in, but it's a big Macro Pyro Ice Path party under that ball. And here comes Thunder Predator looking to clean up yet again. They wiped 3 more. It was a buyback Rubik, too. Gets from bad to worse, unfortunately, for the Zoomers, as Thunder Predator will take another strong fight, another tower, and propel their net worth advantage from 12k to beyond.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
What the just happened?
Still holding Aegis in hand.
Battlefury is finished on Ursa.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know if you saw, Matthew was actually so sick there. He got dueled. He was down to like about 150 HP. He got a Yule's off. Gunnar tried to use Sonic Wave in between. He got his Sleight of Fist off, and he dodged that. Jumped inside of them and dodged some more spells, and got his chains, Sleight of Fist chain combo onto someone on the Rubik, or Coddle, and killed him. So
Matthew just swagging out of his mind in the middle of a fight that his team is crushing.
This Yule's pickup was beautiful. It's like he's thinking about the game, right? It's like, how can I control this Ursa? Like, this is like their main source of DPS and their carry. They're building 2 halberds, and like I said, Yule's is like one of the best counters for like Ursa, the status resistance heroes. Yeah. Because it ignores it, and for his 4.5 seconds, it removes 2.5 out of it.
Yeah, so what the hell is this Ursa going to do in these fights? He'll be lucky to move. He's going to get tossed up by Yules. He's going to get his arms totally cuffed and disarmed. Here's that Yules. There's that Ice Path. I mean, he can't do anything.
Where'd he go?
He's just gone.
I scrolled over and I just see him disappear.
He's gone. He's in a totally different game now because it's just ridiculous. And now they put the bounty on Gunnar and they're saying, you're next. Or maybe it's a mind game bounty to make them think they're going to jump Gunnar and jump to, Ursa instead.
I mean, I think it's good to have this, like, never give up mindset. But at the same time, you got to be realistic with yourself. This game is just... Oof.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Being in these situations before and seeing it over and over, it's a very demoralizing kind of effect.
Coming through with the oof from the Zoomer side. As Coddle tries to run himself safely back indoors. Zoomers, can they pull out some sort of defense to hold the line? They will lose the Rubik for the defense. Monkeys caught out there. Pretty nicely placed Will-O-Wisp. We'll tie up Thunder Predator a bit, but it's not safe to fight inside now. Nice little dual burst. Will take down the Aegis here, but Do they have anything else to offer to stop Thunder Predator in their tracks? See if Zoomers have managed to hold the line for now.
Radiant's done on Kunkka and about 50 gold here. Oh, he's keeping back. He's gonna sell an item for it actually. Yes. Sell your calling. It is.
Magic golden sword.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Much damage from him. He's actually so fat. 1200 gold on him. He's wow. 2.5 times the net worth of Quap right now. Quap sitting at bottom of the net worth, 5.4k net worth. Can't tell if he's a support or a core.
Monkey's caught out in his nearby jungle. Thunder Predator from all sides just there, scouting, patrolling, and converging once something happens outside the Zoomer's base. And it could be another situation where, you know, they put that early priority into the Quap, but then becomes at risk of having two unfavorable lane matchups. I'm not sure what to do.
The top lane here.
Oh, Sammy boy, helping
Matthew
secure the tower, but the tower was denied by Matthew. And then they both give him the tip. Thunder Predator just
Monkey's tipped him actually.
a monkey's tip.
I always reassure my teammates, yo, can I tip you? It's an
That's
anti
right. I remember
tip.
you tell me that you asked teammates to tip him.
Yeah, it's okay, because
That
I don't want to
seems
tilt
so-
them, right?
Is under attack.
Hey, I know you're not feeling that great right now, but do you mind if I tip you?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
That just seems so funny to me. Yeah, you can tip me, man. I know I fucked up. Okay, here you go. Tipped you.
I think about it as an anti-tilt tip. You're good, man. I believe in you. Oh,
I guess it'd be worse if you tipped the enemy that got the kill on your boy. So, yeah.
good job. What's next? Nature's Prophet, building more auras. He was aiming for Crimson, but he realized we have such a strong lead. And I'm gonna rush a Kyros and look into ending the game.
Yeah, I think it's a good call to make. I mean, I guess they could scale, but no sense in kind of pulling this one out and risk seeing where it could end up going if things get a bit too throwy. But Manson nearly done. And I guess Roche may respond in 2 minutes. Are Thunder Predator really going to play this one super extra safe here?
Their net worth lead is almost as the timer in the game, 18k to 25 minutes.
Yeah. Oh. Pump faking TPs. Jump off for Sammy boy. Counter Will-O-Wisp. Okay, here we go. Thunder Predator. Can they throw this one away? The Zoomers. Will they get monkeys? He's going to be out. 44 seconds without a buyback. Looks like Gunner's next. Comes down, gets silenced, gets finished. Bounty success.
Radiant's middle
Double
tower
bounty
is under
success.
attack.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn. Big bounties. Big points for the battle pass here for Thunder Predator. Getting points in the group stage, getting points in the battles pass. What can't they do? Now just doing it with 3 defenders here. Like you said, Zoomers, they will see it out.
Refuse, yeah, it's their high ground. Aegis is gone too, actually. They're gonna reset, they're gonna use their gold, and look into regrouping and doing it
Radiant's
again.
courier has been killed.
Ooh, Sammy
Their
boy.
gold is also down. Kira should be finished on Furion soon too. It's about 1,300 off. Let me get $1,000, $1,000 gold off.
Well, he actually almost caught Sammy boy here. No, Frank will spot him. But no way to cancel out the TP. Oh,
Oh, close.
very close. Not able to get close enough, though. He is just frantically trying to get the BKB. A BKB obviously would be such a critical pickup, but it might be a case of too little, too late with how things have unfortunately developed. Greatly in control of Thunder Predator, but you know, I respect to the Zoomers. They feel like, you know, if there is ever an opportunity, it would be one with a BKB Ursa.
It's close. Yeah, they really need this BKB, but again, it's just he can't kill the Kunkka. He won't be able to kill the Furion because of the evasion. Ricky has high armor. He doesn't have enough damage. Oh, top lane here.
Oh, he's mixing up with Ricky. Silenced. He's safe for now, but say bye-bye to that BKB. Will-O-Wisp. Every time the Will-O-Wisp is dropped, MJZ just will drop everything he has on the Jakiro inside that Will-O-Wisp. Just not giving them any sort of safe place to fight or safe haven, and ultimately it's enough to force the Zoomers to submit game number 1. Thunder Predator come out
Radiant's top tower is under
and just clap them. Clap them. They just give them, just
are fortified.
mop them up in game number 1.
Yeah, I think they definitely should have done something different with the laning stage. Or, like I said, the picks and bans, I kind of said like I favored Thunder Predator a little bit more. Probably should have said a lot more because it's like this Kunkka really did work this game. It kind of ruined this Queen's game entirely. Like his rotations. I think the snowball-y play was Matthew securing the ruin, being able to kill this Quap like 4 minutes into the game. Him TPing back, and it's just like he's already under leveled. And the moment he was like level 5.5, he's like, I can't. You just can't lane versus Kunkka anymore because you always have this kill threat. The moment Kunkka is 6, so he felt forced to just roam around and rotate these lanes. And he used a lot of his TPs early game. He got nothing out of it. And yeah, I just think Thunder Predator's draft was just better. They had much more lockdown. They have really good synergy with one another. And if Zoomers just probably cut down on their deaths and just played, I don't know. It was a really hard. Honestly, it was just a really hard game.
Yeah, it was already hard getting into it after the draft, but then to actually play it out, obviously, didn't have too much more of a difference. Regardless of how skilled you can be, it was already going to be a bit of a rough time, even when the battle horn does kick off. But we'll see if they can put themselves in a better position for game number 2 to draft things up, and that's exactly what we're going to get into next, folks. A break, and then our final game of the day here for the Beyond the Summit Pro Series Season 2 action from Monster and the Humane Society. We'll see you after a break for our last match.